What's up, guys? It's the Dockman. We're at the 2025 Detroit Boat Show. We're at Huntington Place, formerly known as Cobo Hall. I've already taken a peek inside. There's some awesome boats, some awesome dock and lift layouts, and some cutting-edge accessories. I'm excited. Let's go inside. I'm here with Nick Mazurek from Ankor Marine Construction. Hi, Nick.
How's it going today?
Going good. When I walked into this show a few days ago, he had actually come up to me and said, hey, I help your guys out a lot when they have questions on the water. I'm kind of downriver and do a lot of big water stuff. And right away, I could tell there was a bond, a dockman bond, if you will, where rising tides raises all ships. So let me thank you for that first.
Yeah, no problem. You know, it's good to have friends on the water here.
Absolutely. I think you actually said there's not too many of us out here and we got to stick together. So what do you primarily do?
Well, I do all sorts of things. Like you said, big water work. I have tugboats and barges and cranes and stuff. And I do a lot of foundation pile driving and dredging and boat hoists. And there's not a lot that I don't do.
So how long have you been doing this for? You don't seem like you're that old, but I think I had heard you've been in it for a while.
Well, I'm kind of a grandfather for my age, if you say. You know, I'm third generation. My grandfather had a big marine construction company. My uncle has a big marine construction company from here to New York. My dad had a hoist company, Holly Hoist, local in the area. So it's like I got pictures of me with my grandpa as a baby in the big cranes and the Manitowocks and in the tugboats. So
how cool. So this is something that we always joke about in the office, and it's fun to talk about. Not too many people like to actually talk about their blunders, problems that have happened, but I always ask dockmen because, like you said, there's not too many of us to help one another out when there is a problem. What's like the worst thing that you've ever encountered, flipping a barge, smashing into another boat, and how'd you solve it?
Well, I tell you what, you know, you got to act quick, you know, and it's how you act in the moment. You know, you get those guys that are acting tough all the time, but it's always the guy that's a veteran that, you know, jumps right into it. You got to act fast, you know. So there was a time when I was out with I was with another marine contractor, and they actually sunk a tugboat in the Welling Canal, you know. But you know, we had to act fast on that, and you grab one of those old fire axes. The tugboats are hip tied together. You grab one of them old fire axes that you never think about using, and they were hip tied together. You hit the line, and then the other tugboat was pulling the other one down. You hit the line, and it went boom, came back up, and the one saved, and the other one went straight down. You know. That
is wild. You can already tell by your demeanor you kind of stay comfortable in uncomfortable situations.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, honestly, did you panic a little bit, or you just went right into taking care of business? How did the mind frame work?
Just jumped right in, you know? I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to know how to act under pressure. You know, I was in the Marine Corps, too. I was frontline infantry. So it's like I just act under pressure. I mean, and it's a stressful job. You're out there on the water. You got a lot of moving parts. I mean, you know, you got your push boat. You got to make sure the rigging's going good. I mean, you're tighter than a net, you know, like this. So you're always just waiting for something to go wrong. Yeah. I mean, if you got big barges out on the water still, you know, it's hard to sleep at night because I feel like I can hear the leaks coming in, you know.
Yep. Definitely have to think on your toes. And in this industry, I do talk to a lot of people that, I won't say in this industry, but construction in general, that think they know what we do, but you add water in and wave action, and it's a lot different. How's the show been for you so far?
It's been great. I got over 100 leads so far, and, you know, after looking through them, you know, like I said, good to have friends on the water. It's like, hey, I want to look through here and see where the local leads are, where you guys are at, and toss them your way, the ones I'm not going to use, you know.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks for working with us. Thanks for stopping and saying hi, and good luck the rest of the show.
Thanks. Big fan with Waters Edge. I love the Dockman.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Hey, guys, I'm here with Tyler Rowski of Swede Marine, and I've got to tell you, as I was walking by, I see this tilt ladder system, and I had to walk over here and grab them. What exactly are we looking at behind us?
So we were looking at a revolutionary type of ladder, basically preventing a couple of things, wear and tear, making it essentially a much more durable design by having it sit when it's in its standing state parallel to the dock as opposed to being inside. So that prevents basically wear and tear on that, zebra mussels, algae, none of that's going to be a problem because it's never actually in the water, which is pretty cool. And then in addition to that, we are actually looking to make water sports, water activities, and recreation more accessible again. So getting people who normally can't get into the water or have a little bit hard time with that, helping them kind of get back in, enjoy their favorite things to do.
I, for one, am really involved in the ADA UA industry with the state of Michigan and multiple federal jobs here in Michigan. So this really spoke to me when I saw it. There's a huge group of customers that I work with that are either handicapped or getting elderly and just having trouble getting into water. Yeah. That's been our motto at Waters Edge, is getting people out on the water. And when I saw this, I knew for sure that this was something to showcase. Then I see over here, 2025, they just got an award at the Chicago Boat Show for best display and progressive product. This is going to be huge. I talked to the owner a little bit a couple days ago, and he gave me some of the history on it. Maybe you can kind of regurgitate that a little, because I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So Trevor Wendell is our CEO and founder, and basically he's been using this product at his family's lake house for 80 years or something like that at this point. So his grandpa actually invented it, made it out of wood way back in the day, and it had like a counterweight on it. So we basically took that as inspiration for this design. We kind of modernized it a little bit, made it a little bit more durable, and took that counterweight that used to be on the front side there and turned it into an air cylinder, a hydraulic lift, and that kind of made it ready for production essentially.
You guys did an awesome job. Do you mind if we step back here and move it around a little bit?
Absolutely. We got it really fine-tuned for like the water and being in and around the water all the time. So it's pretty straightforward how it works. You basically when you're in the water, you kind of grab it, pull down. Very easy.
I'll step over here, Brad.
Step up here. And then this is gonna be it's gonna smack you in the if I let go here. So basically, it retracts back up once you let go to, like we were talking about earlier, sit parallel with the dock. And then when you want to get back in the water, basically put your foot right here, hold onto this bar, and push down. It rotates all the way down for you. Makes it real easy to climb back in.
All right, time for the Dockman to try this out. Down in the position. Oh yeah, that's smooth.
Nice. Perfect.
That is slick. All right, you guys seen it. Tilt ladder, cutting edge product. Thanks, Tyler.
Absolutely, Jay.
We appreciate it. I'm here with Jay of Lightning Lift. We were walking by, I turned my head, and I seen an option for lifting a lift that's not your typical direct drive or necessarily a friction drive. He kind of rethought the process here. I wanted to talk to him and see what that's all about. Jay, let me ask you first, how's the show going?
The show's been going real good. We've sold quite a few already. It was a little bit slower than it was last year. But no complaints.
Steady.
We still got a couple days to go.
That's good. So this is your brainchild?
Yes.
How did you come about actually coming up with this design? What prompted you to even start something like this?
Well, it was kind of simple. We have a steep hill to get to our boat, and I've watched the neighbors that have the solar panel style lift, and what they do is every year they're hauling the batteries down the hill and trying to carry them, trying to get them off the platform. So I didn't really want to do that, and I wasn't comfortable with a 120 volt motor option. So I don't know, knowing that these drills today, most of them are a lithium drill, and they have a lot more power than conventional drills. So I just kind of rigged up a tire off of a lawnmower and to see if it would do it, and to my surprise it did, so I kind of fine-tuned it along the way. And
that's cool. Necessity definitely is the mother of invention. So the very first prototype, I assume, didn't look like this. You said you had a tire and you used
got probably 2 boxes full of prototypes, to get it where it's at. It's simple.
Very cool. So now it's in production. You said earlier you've been selling them for 3 years or so now. Where can people find these if they want to check them out and hook them up to their boat lifts?
They can go to our website, lightninglift.net, or they can find it on Amazon or eBay, or come to some of the Michigan boat shows.
Very good. Simple but brilliant design. Heck of a job, Jay.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Enjoy, guys.
There you have it, Lightning Lift with an innovative take on your standard friction drive. I think this thing's going to be really successful. If you've got a drill, all you need is a Lightning drive. Go check them out. got here? It's the Ilmor Ion electric motor. These electric motors are starting to be really huge. We're really actually seeing them become actually functional now, where it was kind of just conceptual a couple years ago at the show. Okay, let's see. Well, I guess you just push it. See what kind of power this thing has. That's not power at all. Slightly underwhelming. Let's find something else cool. Guys, I'm here with Mark Pingle. How much do you make a year after taxes?
Oh,
Don't answer that question.
nothing.
I'm just trying to loosen stuff up a little.
In school.
We were just talking about how it's day 5 of the boat show, and it's starting to get monotonous. I figured that'd be a good way to start it off. But in all seriousness, I was walking by the booth, and I was watching these clips go on the screen, and it sucked me right in. What is this that you guys are doing with Money Pit Boating?
So my friend and I started our channel in 2020 and sort of just escalated with the downtime, and we just started getting into boats and learning everything we can and cleaning up the river and clearing out log jams for kayakers and just seeing where life takes us, basically.
Cool, yeah. The videos really encompass like these adventures that unfold as you guys get going. I noticed a couple close calls in one of the video. Like, what would you say the most dangerous situation has been thus far?
So we take our boat upstream into the river where it shouldn't really be a lot of times, and the current is in charge of us at that point, and we just get swiped into trees that are overhanging. We've blown out windows, and we almost rolled one time because we got pinned on a log. So it's a little sketchy, but it's fun.
So when did you guys start doing this and then filming this, unless it was one stroke?
We started just dealing with the boat stuff like around 2020, and then we just started filming stuff, and then we didn't really think about doing YouTube for like another year or two, but we had like a catalog of footage that we were just like, let's just give it a go and see what happens, and here we are.
How many of you guys is there like regularly on the film? Is it just you, or do you have some others?
It's just me and my buddy. Like, I've known him for about 30 years now. So I used to be an IT guy until 2020, but now it's just like picking up random jobs here and there, dealing with it, whatever comes our way.
I hear a lot of stories through 2020 and COVID where people did change industries or just find things that are near and dear to their heart. Tell me what type of effect it had during that, dark time on you guys.
Wow, that's kind of a deep question. But honestly, like 2020 like kind of sucked, but then it was kind of awesome at the same time because it sort of got you thinking about everything. So we were just bored out of our minds, and they told us we couldn't really do anything. So we were like, let's start building fun stuff. So luckily we had a decent amount of money saved up, and we could just start kind of like brainstorming stuff. And usually everything starts with an idea, and then we start doing it, then it seems like a horrible idea, but then we just have fun trying to make it work. And most of the time we get it to work, but it works very bad, but we still have fun with it.
I was going to say, that's the fun of it, is actually watching you guys go and muck through and figure out how to do it, and then film even the blunders and everything else. Very, very cool. Guys, subscribe and like Money Pit Boating. Thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
We're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Ron Wilson. It's hard to track him down because after all these years, he's still out, pounding the pavement, moving and shaking, selling boats. Thanks for taking a second with us, Ron. How's the show going so far?
We're very impressed with the number of people coming in. Families are coming in. Sales are brisk, very robust. I think that a change in, I think maybe the political arena is giving people some confidence that it's okay. It's time to go back out and start having fun. So we're really encouraged.
What's new this year that we need to know about, that the consumer needs to know about, something cool, something shaking it up?
Oh, the technology's here. You start looking at the dashboards and you're looking at power seats. We're finally bringing boats into the 21st century. They're as opulent as a high-end automobile, and they should be. People are expecting more out of a pontoon boat or a speedboat or a center console boat, and my God, they're a blast to operate, and they're built in such a way where 15-20 years ownership, so it's not like you buy a boat and you're out of it in a couple years like the old days.
So one of the coolest things at these shows for years that I've been going to is I hear that bell ring, and that means you sold a boat. and you can tell me no if I'm not allowed to ring it. I usually hear everybody say, hey, when it rings. It's got to be a cool feeling. Can I try it out?
You can. You know, we'll have to tell everybody in our company, well, we didn't really sell that boat, but we came up with this reward idea quite a few years ago, almost 25 years ago. And really, when people buy a boat, they're paying our employees' paychecks. And so I said, wouldn't it be nice if our employees thank that customer for doing business? And that's what the bell is, and that's why when we ring it, my employees are supposed to be able to stop what they're doing and cheer and say thank you.
We're going to test it out. On that note, though, beyond being the baddest and the best when it comes to boat sales, you're a household name, arguably the best in the state. Beyond that, I want to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, you are a very helpful individual when it comes to young businessmen and women, or businessmen and women in general get their start. You've done a ton for my brother and I. I watch you help out so many people along the way. You're the epitome of rising tides raises all ships, and we appreciate you. And I brought you a bottle of wine that I had finally made and ready for you, that I promised, from my vineyard. And I know it's not much, and you know what? It's not even just from me. It's from the whole industry and all the little men that you've lifted up to help the dock and lift guys and the canvas guys and the fiberglass guys and all the above.
Well, we're proud of you as well, and all the people that stay in this industry. It's not an easy industry, as you know, and it's a small community, and we have to look after our people in the community. And you guys have come so far in such a short period of time. We're really proud of you.
You've set a good example for us. I appreciate it, Ron. Let's ring the bell.
All right.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Okay, you're gonna tell him it's false alarm? Sure.
All right, so now we'll see if he can do it the right way. There is a technique to ringing the bell. So just for fun, we'll see if he can do it.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
Thank you. Wow, we got applause all the way over on the other side. All right, guys, I'm here with Dylan Connor at the Waters Edge Dock and Hoist booth. Dylan, how's the show going so far?
Awesome. A lot of people. I think they're excited to get this winter behind us and spring and boating season ahead of us.
Awesome. So what do you see thus far that would be the biggest thing that people are inquiring about here at your booth space?
A lot of people looking into the floating docks. Honestly, we've got some great stationary products from Great Lakes here, lifts, stationary dock, but I really think that the floating options are really taking off, especially for like your jet skis and stuff. We've got some boat ports here too, which a lot of interest in those as well.
That's what I've been seeing too, and I see a lot of people coming into the game that do roto-molded floating type product, but for some reason people are just really drawn to this product from a standpoint of talking to these people that are interested in a consumer. What do you think draws them to that Easy Dock product over some of the other Fisher-Pricey type players that are in the game here recently?
So Easy Dock's been around for 30 years plus. I mean, they've been going strong for a long time. Time tested. It's a quality product that has been in the water for a long time. For people have been able to see it in action. You go to any lake in any state, you're going to see Easy Dock. We've got it here. We've got it in a display form that you can see, how it would be laid out in a couple different configurations, which is really the beautiful thing about it. A lot of these docks, you can configure them any way you want, but there are some materials that are better than others, and I think that Easy Dock's really got that nailed down.
I would tend to agree. Man, you hit the nail on the head. Any municipal, federal, state, even military organizations that I've been to, I see Easy Dock. And if I don't see Easy Dock, it's usually because they're ready to get that out. It was something they bought in the past and replaced with Easy Dock. I'm going to switch up the interview a little bit here, kind of make it fun. What would be your pickup line? What is your line to draw somebody in when they walk by? Do you say something to them? Do you wait for them to engage? What do you do?
I personally, I'm a no pressure sales kind of guy. I'm a salesperson, but I don't really like that term because I don't want it to feel pushy. I let people walk around. If they find it interesting, they're already walking into this booth for a reason. Well, you should start with, how you doing? How are you?
I like that. You can actually tell by how you set up the booth with your guys that it's really open and inviting, and you're not corralled into a space. Let's talk about this Great Lakes product that's behind us. So you said that people are kind of drawn to the floating for multiple reasons. I guess first, what would be the reasons that they would be leaning towards a floating system?
Sometimes if you've got water depth that just is too deep for a stationary system to be really secure or stable, the floating is the way to go. Or if the bottom is super mucky, you can't support the weight of a dock or a lift, floating is just the way to go. Or a lot of water fluctuation. If constantly throughout the season you're adjusting your pole heights on your dock, or you can't get to where you want to be on your boat lift because the water's here and then it's here, floating is just always going to be where it needs to go.
That makes sense. So if they're not looking for a floating option, then you would move them into potentially a Great Lakes lift or dock product?
Absolutely. And Great Lakes, once again, time-tested company, time-tested products. You're talking about really well-built equipment. So, people come here, and especially if they can see the welds and they can look at how it's constructed, usually, especially when you walk around the show, there's lots of other things to compare and contrast it to. They look at the Great Lakes and they go, wow, this is some really good stuff.
I see it. I see everybody up. As soon as they come up, they put their hands on it and grab it, and that's kind of the first thing. You can even tell with the body language that they're like, man, this is very robustly built. So show's been good so far. How many hours do you think you've put in to this point as far as setting up, being here? I know some of these nights go till like 9 o'clock. Some quick math. How far? Today's the last day or tomorrow's the last day?
Saturday, yep.
Okay. How many hours do you think you have into it? Quick math.
It's not my strong suit, I'll tell you that for sure. But gosh, 20, 30 hours. I mean, at least straight 40 when you consider all the prep work that goes into designing the booth, discussing with the different vendors, because it's not just us who decide where things need to go. It's what do the vendors want to see? Do they want this to be here? So we work together, and that takes a lot of planning. And then, of course, the setup. We were here probably 4 days in a row with just setup, and now it's day, 6? So quite a few hours.
And then you have tomorrow, and when everybody wants to make the deals right at the end of the show, and then tear down. Hopefully you don't have to be here for tear down, because I know you put in a lot of hours. For those of you that may not know at home, I'm affiliated with this company too. I work with these guys. I know Dylan's worked really hard, so this is what I want to do. Rock, paper, scissors. 2 out of 3, or you just want to go 1, shoot, boom. Whoever wins doesn't have to help with cleanup. All right, I'm going to have to try to do this and balance the mic.
Okay, ready? Is it rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yes, and we're doing the best of one.
Best of one.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
See you on a pack-up day, Jerry.
Thanks, Dylan. It's been a great interview. I will be doing loadout. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We saw some really cool, innovative products for a boat show. It wasn't very boaty, though. I think the salesmen were maybe tired out, or could be the way that I look. We got to talk to Ron Wilson, though. Got to get him his bottle of wine and say thank you, so that was cool. Thanks again, Ron. Thanks for everybody that we interviewed. Thanks for watching. Dockman out.